Wake up every single morning. Not when you feel like it, not when you're motivated, not when the conditions are perfect, every single morning. This is the foundation. This is the discipline that everything else is built on. This is the daily commitment that separates people who transform their lives from people who just talk about it. Because here's the truth. Everything starts with waking up. You can have the best goals in the world, the most detailed plans, the strongest intentions, but if you can't wake up every single morning, none of it matters. If you can't win the first battle of the day, the battle to get out of bed when the alarm goes off, you've already lost. The day hasn't even started and you're already defeated. You're already behind. You're already operating from a position of weakness instead of strength. But when you wake up every single morning, when you get up immediately, when you start your day with that first win, everything changes. Let me tell you why waking up every single morning is the most important habit you'll ever build. First, because it's a promise you make to yourself every single day. Before you go to bed, you set your alarm. You decide what time you're waking up. You make a commitment to yourself. And when that alarm goes off, you have a choice. Keep the promise or break it. Most people break that promise every single day. They hit snooze, they negotiate with themselves, they find excuses, they choose comfort over commitment. And every time they break that promise, they damage their relationship with themselves. They prove to themselves that they can't be trusted. They reinforce the pattern of not following through. But when you wake up every single morning, you keep the promise. You prove to yourself that you do what you say you'll do. You build trust with yourself. And that self-trust, that's the foundation for everything else. You can't achieve difficult goals if you don't trust yourself to follow through. You can't build a successful life if you can't keep promises to yourself. So waking up every single morning isn't just about getting out of bed. It's about building the self-trust that makes everything else possible. Second, because discipline is built through daily practice. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's not a personality trait. It's not genetic. Discipline is built, one decision at a time, one action at a time, one day at a time. And waking up every single morning is the perfect daily practice for building discipline. Because it's hard. Every single morning, your body wants to stay in bed. Your mind generates reasons why you should sleep more. Everything in you wants to choose comfort, but you choose discipline instead. You get up anyway. You override your feelings with your commitment. And when you do that every single morning, you're not just getting out of bed. You're training yourself to do hard things. You're building the muscle of discipline. That muscle gets stronger every time you use it, and it carries over into everything else. The discipline you build by waking up every single morning is the same discipline that helps you work out when you don't feel like it. Eat healthy when you're craving junk. Work on your goals when you're tired. Keep going when you want to quit. One decision every morning, building discipline that transforms your entire life. Third, because winning the morning creates momentum for the entire day. How you start your morning determines everything that follows. If you hit snooze, if you drag yourself out of bed at the last minute, if you start your day rushed and reactive, you're setting a tone of weakness and chaos. That energy carries through your entire day. You feel behind, you feel defeated, you feel like you're losing before you even begin. But when you wake up every single morning at your committed time, when you get up immediately, when you start your day with a win, you create powerful momentum. You feel strong, you feel in control, you feel like you can handle whatever the day throws at you. That first win cascades into more wins. One disciplined decision makes the next disciplined decision easier. One moment of strength builds into sustained strength throughout the day. By the time most people are just waking up, you've already won the most important battle, and that victory powers everything else you do. Fourth, because consistency compounds into transformation. One morning of waking up every single morning doesn't change your life, but waking up every single morning for months, for years, that changes everything. Consistency is the key to all transformation. Small actions, repeated daily, compound into extraordinary results. When you wake up every single morning, you're not just winning today, you're building a pattern, a streak, an identity. After 30 days of waking up every single morning, you're not someone trying to wake up early. You're someone who wakes up early. It's who you are. After 90 days, it's so ingrained that it feels wrong to hit snooze. Your body automatically wakes up. Your mind doesn't even generate the excuses anymore. After a year, you've built an identity as someone who has unshakable discipline, someone who follows through, someone who keeps commitments. And that identity, that's what creates lasting transformation. Because once you see yourself as disciplined, you act disciplined in everything. Once you prove you can wake up every single morning for a year, you know you can do anything else that requires consistency. Fifth, because it creates time that most people waste. When you wake up every single morning at the same time, especially if it's early, you create hours that other people are sleeping through. Those early morning hours are yours, completely yours. No interruptions, no demands, no distractions. While everyone else is unconscious, you're working on your most important goals, building your business, training your body, developing your skills, creating your future. Over a year, those early morning hours add up to hundreds of hours of productive time that most people simply don't have. That's enough time to write a book, build a business, master a skill, transform your body, change your life completely. But only if you wake up every single morning.
No exceptions. Now let me tell you exactly how to wake up every single morning. Strategy 1. Decide the night before. The battle for your morning is won or lost the night before. Before you go to sleep, you make a decision, not a hope, not a wish, a decision. Tomorrow morning, I'm waking up at specific time. You commit to that decision completely. You close off all other options. There's no room for negotiation when the alarm goes off. The morning isn't when you decide whether to get up. The morning is when you execute the decision you already made. Strategy 2. Get enough sleep. You're not trying to sacrifice sleep. You're redistributing your waking hours to when you're most powerful. If you want to wake up at 5 a.m., you need to be asleep by 9 or 10 p.m. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is non-negotiable. This means you plan your evening, you wind down early, you protect your sleep like it's sacred, because it is. You can't wake up every single morning if you're going to bed at midnight and trying to wake up at 5 a.m. That's not discipline, that's self-destruction. Get enough sleep, just get it at the right times. Strategy 3. Place your alarm across the room. If your alarm is next to your bed, you'll hit snooze. That's just reality. So you eliminate that option. You put your alarm across the room. You force yourself to physically get out of bed to turn it off. And here's the key. Once you're standing, you're 90% of the way to winning. The hardest part is going from horizontal to vertical. Once you're up, once you're standing, you've already won. Strategy 4. The 5-second rule. When the alarm goes off, you have 5 seconds. That's it. Your brain needs time to generate convincing reasons to stay in bed, so you don't give it time. Alarm sounds, count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. You don't think, you don't debate, you don't negotiate. You move immediately, because action beats overthinking every single time. Strategy 5. Have a compelling reason. If your only reason for waking up early is because I should, you'll fail. You need a reason that pulls you out of bed even when your body wants to stay. You're waking up early because you're building a business that will create freedom for your family. You're waking up early because you're training for a transformation that will change your health. You're waking up early because you refuse to waste another year being the same person. Whatever your reason is, it needs to be powerful enough to override the comfort of your bed. Strategy 6. Make the first 30 minutes non-negotiable. The first 30 minutes after you wake up determine whether you win the morning or lose it. Have a routine, a specific sequence of actions that you execute immediately upon waking. Wake up, drink water, move your body, read, plan your day, work on your most important goal. Whatever your routine is, make it automatic. Your body knows what to do, your mind doesn't have to make decisions. You just execute, immediately. No thinking required. That routine creates momentum that carries through the rest of your day. Strategy 7. Track your streak. Get a calendar. Every morning you wake up at your decided time, mark an X. Your goal, don't break the chain. Seeing that visual streak builds momentum. After 10 days, you don't want to go back to 0. After 30 days, you're proud of what you've built. After 90 days, it's part of your identity. The streak matters. Protect it. Build it. Let it become who you are. Now, let me tell you what happens when you actually wake up every single morning. Week 1 is brutal. Your body resists, your mind generates excuses, you want to quit. Don't. This is where discipline is forged. This is where you prove you're serious. Week 2 gets easier. Your body starts adjusting, your mind accepts this is who you are now. The resistance decreases. Week 4, you notice differences. More energy, more productivity, more accomplished. You feel different. You are different. Month 3, other people notice. They comment on your discipline, your focus, your results. They ask what changed. Month 6, it's who you are. You're not trying to wake up early. You are someone who wakes up early. It's automatic, natural, part of your identity. Year 1, you look back and barely recognize who you were, because waking up every single morning didn't just change your schedule. It changed your character, your capabilities, your entire life. So here's your commitment. Starting tomorrow morning, you wake up at your decided time every single morning. Sick? Wake up. Tired? Wake up. Weekend? Wake up. Holiday? Wake up. Don't feel like it? Wake up. Every single morning. No exceptions, no excuses, no negotiations. For the next 90 days minimum, ideally for the rest of your life. Because this isn't a temporary challenge, this is who you're becoming. Someone who wakes up every single morning. Someone who keeps commitments. Someone who has unshakable discipline. Mark your calendar. Build your streak. Protect your commitment. And watch what happens. Watch how this one habit, waking up every single morning, transforms everything else. Not because waking up early is magic, but because the discipline required to wake up every single morning builds the character necessary to achieve anything else worth achieving. If you can wake up every single morning, you can do anything. If you can't wake up every single morning, you can't do the other hard things required for success. It's that simple, that fundamental, that important. Tomorrow morning, the alarm goes off and you have a choice. Stay in bed and stay the same, or get up and start building the life you actually want. The choice is yours, but make it the right one. Wake up every single morning, starting tomorrow. Your life is waiting. Go claim it.